Guys, give me just a second and I'll be on, okay? Sure. Okay, guys, sorry. Let me give you a couple of warnings. So I have chihuahuas and sometimes they go ballistic because my mom is no longer here to babysit for me. So I have neighbors that beat and bang on cars and do all kind of stuff. So if they go off, we'll just have to pause for a second for me to let them go somewhere else for a minute, okay? So I'm gonna unmute everyone, but I ask you all to please mute yourself until you get ready to talk because we'll have a lot of background noise. And I need someone to man the chat tonight. So I need a volunteer.
I can help you, Tonya.
Okay, Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay, got you. So I'm gonna unmute everyone and I'll leave you that way unless we have a problem. So you'll just have to unmute yourself when you get ready to talk. So somebody needs to mute.
And then the training starts, you go to unit number 2.
Somebody's talking about training and everything else. Do I just need to mute everyone?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute you all. So I don't know when you want to talk because I'm not manning the chat.
I'm looking at it for you.
Okay, I don't like to have to mute people, but you know, I don't know. This is me. I don't know why people get on to learn training and want to do 10 other things at the same time.
Understand.
So sorry, y'all. That's just me. So we have a lot of new people from what I gathered. So as I said earlier in the chat, because we go through this weekly, we don't know, you know, where everyone is at, and then we have new people that sign up. So we consistently sort of refresh. I need for everyone and sort of catch this, Stephanie. If you are new tonight, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. If this is your first time on my training, a 1 in the chat. So far I got Marion and Don. Anybody else new? Please put a 1 in the chat. Okay, if you see someone else, let me know, Stephanie, so I can jot their name down.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm going to see if I can get a screen back up here. So I'm assuming so far we only have 2 new people. 2 new people. That is it. Don and Marion. So I've gotten requests to do the box strategy. I've gotten requests to do my choice tonight was to do London Breakout. And
The new one, Tanya.
okay, so
Becca.
we got Becca. You're new tonight. This is Becca. This must not be Miss Rebecca.
Well, it is. It's just it's the first time I've been able to attend any class.
Okay, got you. Okay, great, Miss Becca. I'm so glad you're on here.
Me too.
Okay, so hopefully I can give you some knowledge that you don't know or refresh you on something that might be a little dusty. So we'll try this and see what happens.
I'm sure you will.
All right. So what I first want to do is, does everyone have Hikanashi candlesticks loaded to their okay, so I got Geraldine.
Yep.
Anyone after Miss Geraldine, Stephanie, just sort of make a note for me, so I can make sure that I know who's new tonight.
Okay.
So does everyone have Hikanashi candlesticks on their charts? If you don't have Hikanashi and you want them loaded on your chart, somebody please, one person is all that needs to say yes, and I will do that. Anybody need Hikanashi on their charts? Okay, gotcha. Tam. Is it Tamala? Is that how you say it? Tamala? Okay.
It's Tamelia.
Tamelia. Okay, I couldn't see. I didn't have my glasses on, and I thought that said I''S. So I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so we're gonna tonight we're gonna first I'm gonna do the Hikanashi for everyone, so that we can make sure that everybody has that. I'll go more in depth in the future on you know how well Hikanashi is and the difference in the Hikanashi versus the regular candlestick. But let me start out first by giving a disclaimer that past profits don't mean, you know, future results for you. So what I did and what you did might be 2 different totally things. Always use proper risk management, and you will be okay, and do not over leverage yourself. So what I'm gonna do is start with, I'm gonna leave that one that way. Let me move this down a little bit so we get a little bit larger screen here. And I'm gonna pull this over so that we have a wider screen. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a new chart. And basically, new chart, and we'll go from scratch, okay? So if you get a new chart, this is basically what it's gonna look like. And so what I do is first, I just go ahead and click it to be regular candlesticks. And you have to sort of hit the zoom in button so that you begin to see regular candlesticks, okay? So first thing you wanna do is right click in this screen and go down and take the grid out, okay? So take the grid out and that's gone first. Okay, I choose to use gray as a background. So I'm gonna right click in this screen again, and I'm gonna go to properties. Okay. Now, first thing you do is go up top here where it says background black, and I change that background and I go to custom, and I use this gray or this gray, but I'm gonna use this gray tonight. And then I click OK. And so the background becomes gray, okay? So then I'm gonna go right here to where it says grid, and I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna go down to custom, and I'm gonna click that same gray again, and I'm gonna click OK. And then I'm gonna go to bar up, I'm gonna click it, and you use whatever color you choose, but I'm using this gray, and I continue to do this, and I do bar down, I do the bull candle, and I do the bear candle. And then finally I click OK, and everything's gone, okay? So now when you get there, if you don't have it over here in the navigator box, what you would need to do is go up and click Insert, Indicators, and you come down to Custom, and then you go over and you find Heikinashi, Heikenashi, and you click that. Now, right here is where you can change those colors. On here, they're gonna default to red and white. So you can leave the red, and you can make the white, just double click in this box, and you can make it green. And same thing on this box, double click it and make it green and click OK. But for some reason, it always does that in every time frame. You would have to change them on every one. So I was just showing you how to do it on one. I just leave mine alone, and I just know that white is green, okay? But if you change it on one, you literally have to change it on every single time. I could never get it to just work by changing it once. There might be a secret to it, but I've never gone, further off into that to find it. So I just leave them like they are, and white is green to me. So we all know what red means, so we just know the opposite is bi, okay? Does everybody have that now? If you don't have it, put it in the chat or say something right now so we can address it. So I'm assuming everybody has that. Stephanie, anybody saying they don't have it?
No.
Okay.
I'm working on.
Okay, you're working on it, but you see what I did, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to recap is and tell you about
Don
real
is
quick.
asking one more time.
Do y'all need me to do it one more time?
Yes, Don does.
Okay, gotcha. So we're going to go back up here and I'll do another fresh chart from scratch, okay? So I'm clicking file, I'm getting a new chart, and I'll just pick GU, okay? And then I just go right here and you have one that you click that says candlesticks. I just click it to go ahead and make it regular candlesticks for just, that's just me. So then I go in here and I right click and I go down and I take the grid out, okay? Now, next thing I do is I right click again and I go to properties. And you'll go up and it'll say colors. If it don't say colors, it'll be on common, okay? So one thing that I do too, guys, while we're here on common, on colors, and on common I click show period separators, and I click OK. So basically that shows me every day. That's a day in between here, okay? So we'll go back to that again, and I'll right click, go to properties, colors, and we're going all the way back up to the top to the background.
Geraldine has a question.
Who does? Geraldine?
Yeah, she's asking.
Okay,
Just
go
take
ahead.
the grid out.
Unmute yourself.
She's asking to just take the grid out.
Yes, I take the grid out.
No, I'm following you now. That's
You follow
okay.
me now.
Thanks.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So I just click custom, and then I go and I click this gray box here, and I click OK. And then I go to the grid here, and I click this, and I go to custom again, and I click gray. Okay, I go to bar up, I click custom, I go to gray. I click bar down, I go to custom, I go to gray, I click OK. I go to bull candle, custom, gray, OK. Bear candle, custom, gray, OK. And then lastly, I click OK. And everything's gone. Okay, so you should just have a gray screen. All right. Now, what you do is you go up. If you don't have it over here in your navigator box, you click Insert, Indicators, come over to the right, go down to Custom, then go over and come down to Hikanashi, and just click, left click, and boom. So I just leave them red, white, because you'll be forever changing those things, okay? And I just say, okay, and there they are. So does everybody have that? We're good. Okay. So I'm gonna read.
Is it M4?
I didn't understand, you broke up.
Luz, is it the MetaTrader 4 chart?
This is MetaTrader 4. I'm on my computer desktop. So basically I go through MetaTrader 4 with whatever broker I'm on, Hugo's Way, whatever. I think some other platforms will let you just like pull them over and the other ones go away. But on this platform, on MetaTrader 4, you have to, just gray out everything in the background and put them on here. If not, they look funny. I've done that before, and you see both candles. So is there a question?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
But after,
Do what now?
do you save it?
No, it just stays the same. So it will never, unless you do something different, it'll be there.
Right, but you can save it. So if you do, by mistake, choose another chart and it goes away, you can just pull it back out of the save file.
I've never been able to do that. I always load it and make my charts the way that I want them, So basically here I've got regular candlesticks on this chart,
Right.
and I just pull over what I want here, okay? So like I use regular candlesticks here and I leave them there because I'm gonna show you in just a minute why I use Hikanashi.
Okay.
Okay, so just for a brief instance to show you why I use Hikanashi. So I'm on GBP USD for a Hikanashi, okay? And I'm on the 1 hour chart. Now, this is my regular candlestick chart. So over here, I'm just gonna pull GU over and show you the difference. So here we go. Let me get it all the way back so you can see. Okay, so look at GU on the regular candlestick on 1 hour. Now I'm going to Hikanashi. Regular candle, Hikanashi. Do y'all see the clarity? Do you see how clear it is? All the garbage is out.
Becca, period separators narrow.
Do what now? You're breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Her period separators are narrow for Becca.
Okay, so it could be to do with your font. What is your font on your computer screen like? You know, you can go up in here and you should have a font, or sometimes down in here, your font. It will probably be something to do with your font. I'm just betting, but we can talk about it afterwards. But I'm almost betting that that's what it's going to be. Like, you know, some people might have it on 75 instead of 100. Or, you know, mine might be on 125 instead of 100. But we will look at that, Miss Becca, after we get offline, okay? So I'm going to go now and just show you why Heikin-Ashi is so important. Let me just look for something really good so you get the real understanding. Okay, so basically, if you look right here, these are all cell candles, okay? And if you look, what you want to look for on a cell candle is that the tops of these candles are flat. As long as the tops of these candles are flat, that means you have momentum, okay? That means you can stay in this trade. That means stay with it until you see something otherwise. If you look right here on this candle, right here, you got a little wick that popped up at the top. So what that wick is going to tell you is caution, slow down. It's the volume, the velocity is going to slow down or possibly change directions. Okay, so you look for the wick. Cell candles, you want flat tops. As long as you got flat tops, you got momentum. We threw a little wick right here, and what happened? We got another red candle. It shot down a little bit more, but then it started consolidating. So it slowed down, and then basically it consolidated and really changed directions, but not drastically, okay? So if you look right here on these white candles, it's not a lot of them, but I really want to see a real big clean move to show you. Okay, right here, USD/JPY. If you look right here on these buy candles, the bottoms are flat. So on a buy candle, you want the bottom to be flat. As long as you have a flat bottom on a buy, you are going to have momentum. When you start to see I call this like a transitional candle, when you start to see a wick on the bottom or it gets very small, you can look out. It's going to slow down or change directions. So look at this thing sort of like, you know, like a fuzz buster in your car warning you about the police. Slow down now, slow down. You know, something's fixing to change. It's going to change directions or it's just going to slow down and consolidate. Okay? So does everybody see why Heikin-Ashi is so important? Okay, so another thing about Heikin-Ashi, I found this like a few days before my mom passed. I was looking and there was a GCAD trade. And guys, for that exact same trade, it was a movement of about 5 candles. The Heikin-Ashi candles produced 33 more pips than the regular candles did on the exact same number of candles, same trade, same everything. 33 more pips than a basic candle did. Now you tell me, who wants 33 more pips?
Now that I don't understand. So,
But it did. I will find it and give you the date, and you
Okay.
can look at it. And it gave 33 more pips on the move. I did it 17 times to make sure. I will go back and find the date. 33 more pips. It was like a 6 or 7 hour move, you know, but it did it. So who said they didn't understand it? So I can be sure I give you that date.
okay, it's Tracy.
Tracy, okay. I'm gonna find that date. We know it was prior to April 4th. I just can't remember. I've got it in a notebook and I wrote it down. And actually, I think I got a screenshot somewhere of it because I was so excited. I texted Dr. Kathy. I was like, wow.
So if I had done the same trade and I used regular candles and you use Heikin-Ashi, you'd have gotten 33 more pips than I did.
Because it was just so much clearer, you know. And I'm telling you, I will find it. I promise you, I want you to see it. I measured, I double checked the candles. Hey, is this 5 candles, 6 candles? I checked it from wick to wick. It was 33 more pips.
Wow.
Because what I was looking for, guys, is, on one of my strategies, I was trying to find out, is there a better entry with using Hikanashi or regular candlesticks? And so that's what prompted me to run off into this was, go ahead.
Sorry. Can we use these Hakanashi candles on the web analyzer?
I've never used, anybody used it on Web Analyzer before?
I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't. When Web Analyzer does something, I just, I do my other confirmations and just get in.
Okay, so you use the web analyzer to just analyze and then you use this one to follow it?
Well, like what I will do is I sort of watch it, like if I'm not, so let's say I'm using ECC 11 and, traditionally you go for 10 pips. However, I will go back and look at these candles to see, do I have momentum to maybe put a second trade in?
Gotcha, okay.
Okay. So as long as you're seeing flat bottoms or flat tops, that should be an indication. And so, we're just counting on 10 pips, but that move might be greater. So if I'm literally, sitting at home in front of my computer, I go back to this and look, I don't just say, oh, I'm going to get 10 pips. If I've got great momentum, what I will do is secure my 10 pips and put in a second trade,
Tonya,
Yes.
Sonora says that hers shows, but it's a little different, but it doesn't have the flats.
Is she on USD JPY?
Sonora, are you on USD JPY?
On the 1 hour chart. And what it could be is something might not have gone out when she removed the old candlesticks. We'll just look at that, Sonora. If you'll reach out to me offline, we'll look at it and see what's going on, because they should look just like my screen looks right here. If you're USD JPY on a 1 hour chart, yours should look just like mine.
She says it does have flats.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you want it to have, is flats. A buy would be flat bottoms and a sell would be flat tops. So I'm assuming I have no questions from Ms. I'm going to move on and we're going to go to.
I have a question, Tanya.
Yes.
It's loose. So how do you know your entry point with the Hakanashi candle?
Well, entry is going to be, this is a total, different subject, Luce. Me and you need to sort of talk offline. They're not looked at any different, there's just more clarity. Okay. So let me pull it over. I'm thinking, let's see here, find it. To me, it just, like, what it does is it really takes all the garbage out. It's almost like an average, in my opinion. So let me go here and try this. Okay, so, all right, let me look closely at this real quick. So you see, there's really not a difference. What happens is it sort of like averages what's going on over, the 4 or 5 candles. If you look at it real close, Luce, and I'll talk to you about it offline. So let's look at this move right here, okay? So look at all of these are basically buy candles, okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buy candles, okay? And this is on the 21st. I'm gonna go over here on the 21st. So now look what we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. But if you notice, the first candle is a sell candle. But if you go back over here, the first candle is not a sell candle.
Okay.
So I will explain it to you more in depth. I just try to hit the highs with people with getting them on there, and then we'll go further into education later because we have new people that sign up every week. So, we don't want to get too far out there and confuse them, but
Okay.
you see what I'm saying? So we'll discuss what happens, why this happens,
Okay.
why it looks different, okay?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
now what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about the London breakout, okay? So I hope Shantae is on here. I pray she's on here. So let me get to here. So the London breakout, guys, everybody talks about the London session, the London session, the London session. We all know money moves the fastest during the London session. Okay, so you have a strategy called the London breakout strategy. And so what happens is based on the opening, so I'm in a central time zone. So I look at the 1 a.m. candle, listen closely, that closes at 2 a.m. So I set my trade up off of the 1 a.m. candle that closes at 2 a.m. We have to wait for the candle to close. So if you're in Eastern time, you will look at the 2 a.m. candle that closes at 3 a.m. So I give it 2 or 3 minutes after 2 a.m. here, and I start getting my trade together, okay? So because it's not 2 a.m. right now, I have got to show you the strategy back here on a different day. So I'm going to show you the strategy for May 17th right here, okay? We're working on this day right here. So what happens is the market tends to make a move in one direction or the other based off of the close of the 2 a.m. candle Central, the 3 a.m. candle Eastern. Apply it to your time zone. So you can't operate off of an active candle. The candle has to be closed, okay? So what I do, because I'm in Central Time, I would say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. This is my candle that I'm operating off of right here, okay? 1 a.m. So again, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Here is the candle that I'm worried with. I'm going to draw a circle around it. It's this candle right here, okay? And then I'm going to erase it. So if you're Eastern, you're just going to say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So you're going to be on the 2 o'clock candle, okay? But you have to wait for it to close. So I get up a few minutes before 2 a.m. I mentally prepare my mind. Number one thing I do on Sunday night for the whole week is look and see if there is GBP news any morning, okay? Any morning within 4 hours or 5 hours of the 2 a.m. candle. So this week there's news like 3 mornings. If somebody would check Forex Factory for me real quick, red folder news, make sure you're on Central Time Zone, or if you're on Eastern, tell me you're on Eastern, and tell me what mornings we have GBP news real quick. So I know we had it this morning at 2:30 a.m. Somebody check Forex Factory for me. Red folder GBP news, 2:30 a.m. up to at least 7 a.m.
Okay, so tomorrow, Wednesday, there is GBP News, red folder, 4:30 a.m.
Okay, so tomorrow morning, guess what, guys? We don't trade the London breakout, okay? So what other day? I think Thursday morning is the only day we can trade this week.
Right. Thursday's a lot of euro, so that doesn't affect the GBP.
Well, it can, but it doesn't tend to really affect the breakout very much.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Friday there
Friday. Yeah.
4:30. Wow.
What time? 2:30?
4:30, same time.
4:30. Okay. So guys, remember, if you GBP news is always 2:30, 3:30, 4:30 a.m. Okay. If you have red folder GBP news, do not trade the London breakout. I know somebody reached out last week in the chat and said, hey, I didn't follow Tanya's instruction. Guess what I did? I traded the breakout, and guess what it did?
That would be me.
Okay, so it got you, right?
Sure did. Sure did.
Okay, so i.e., lesson learned. Guys, do not trade the breakout if there is GBP news in the morning.
Tonya,
Yes.
Andrea would like to know why you started your count at 5.
Okay, so period separator here. Let me show you here. 8, 7. So right here, I'm in Central Time Zone, Andrea. So right now, this is the 8 o'clock candle. Okay, 7, 6, 5. So I'm getting on time. I'm making their time match my time. It's just an old-fashioned manual way to do it, okay? So basically what I'm saying is this candle right here is 5 p.m. for me, okay? 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. When this candle closes, it'll be 9 o'clock. So let's go over here. 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11, 12, 1 a.m. That's the candle I'm worried with. So if you're in Eastern Time Zone, you would say 6 p.m. A lot of people just count the candles. You could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe it's 8 candles. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 candles. You're worried with the next candle. You're worried with the 9th candle. Okay? The 9th candle is what you need. Andrea, did that answer your question?
Yes, it did. Thank you very much.
Okay, gotcha. So we're worried with this candle right here, guys. This candle right here. So what we have to do is, let me get a drink of water before I lose my voice again tonight. What we have to do, guys, is the rule of thumb is that you use any number between 10 and 15 pips that you want to set a buy stop and a sell stop order with, okay? Now, I have done this extensively for a year, and I've made great money at this. Disclaimer, past profits don't mean future results, okay? My success might not be your success. So I use the number 11. I use the number 11. So I tell you in the beginning, when you first start doing this, to go back to the old-fashioned way of pen and paper, okay? So I do not trade anything that's got USD in it as long as Donald Trump is president, okay? He got me for his last time last week. And I will not give these people my $4,000 or $5,000 anymore because Donald Trump is an idiot. Okay? I do not trade GBP USD. That's just me. Okay? So you can pick any GBP pair. Okay? But I'm just going to show you on GU. Okay? So what you do would be write down GBP USD, okay, on pen and paper. And then I write the word high, and then way over to the right-hand side of my paper, I write the word low, okay? So I go to this candlestick right here, that's the 1 a.m. Central that closed at 2 a.m. And I go up here and I get me a line, horizontal line, and I put it on the very top of the wick or of the candle body, whichever is the very top. If the top of it is the candle body, you put it on it. If the top of it is a wick, you put it on the top of the wick. So I put my line, and that one got actually a little bit too high. I put my line directly on top of that wick, okay? So that's the high of this candle. I go and get me a horizontal line again, and I put that line at the very bottom of the wick or of the candle body of that same candle, okay? So guys, we're working with this second candle here after this white candle, this second candle. So now I touch that top line and it tells me my high, and I write this down, is 1.27917, okay? And then I go and I touch the bottom line, and it tells me that the low for that candle was 1.27814. Got it? Everybody follow me so far? Everybody's following me?
Yes.
Yeah.
No questions. Great. Here we go. So we're going to take that high number, and because I choose 11, I'm going to add 11 pips to the high number, okay? You choose what you want, anything between 10 and 15. 11 works for me. 11 is what I'm going to use till I find otherwise, okay? So I would do the math on this, and I would come up with a buy stop entry price of 1.28027. So I added 11 pips to that high number, okay? And I came up with 1.28027. Now, I'm going to use a take profit of 10 pips, okay? We're just going to do simple 10 pips right now. What I will show you later on is that this move produces more than 10 pips, but for simplification. So my take profit would be 1.28127, okay? Now, I do not trade with a stop loss. However, if you choose to trade with a stop loss, this is what you need to do. You choose whatever you want to choose, but I will tell you the strategy says it works best if you come down here to whatever your low number was, and you subtract 5 more pips. So that would be 1.27, 76 guys? 764. So all you do is from the low number, you subtract 5 more pips, and that would be your stop loss for the buy stop. Does everybody have that so far?
Yes.
I'm gonna give y'all a second to say yes, no. Does everybody have it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, here we
You
go.
got one repeat.
Okay, so basically, do you need me to repeat the whole, how I got the numbers, or just the stop loss?
Just the stop loss, please.
Okay, gotcha. So if you're entering your buy stop, you're gonna go to whatever the low was, which was 1.27814. And you're gonna subtract an additional 5 pips. So that's gonna put you a little further down. And that's how you get your stop loss. So 5 pips below the low is your stop loss.
Okay, thank you.
Gotcha. Okay. So now we would then say, get ready to enter our pending order. But what I do is I go ahead and do my math for my sell stop. Okay. So some people might choose to go ahead and do the buy stop and then go back and do the sell stop. I do all my math at one time. Okay. So now I'm going to go to the bottom, and we had a low price of 1.27814. So guess what, guys? I'm going to subtract 11 from that number, okay? Because I'm entering a sales stop. So my math is going to be 1.27704 would be my entry for the sales stop. 1.27704. Now, all I did was take the low number, which you get off of this line, okay? And I subtracted 11 pips. If you chose 13, 15, whatever that number is, you subtract it from that, okay? Everybody follow me so far?
Tanya,
Yes.
after you subtract the 5 from the bottom, then you also subtract from the whatever total it gave you when you subtracted the 5, you subtract another 11?
Okay, hold on. Let me get there. So the 5, Lou, subtracting the 5 down here was the stop loss for your buy stop.
Okay.
It's not the sell stop order yet. That's how you get your stop loss for the buy stop. We're just now doing the sell stop entry.
Okay.
I do not trade with a stop loss. I'm just telling you what the strategy basically says, okay?
Okay.
So now we're gonna do the sell stop order, Lou. So the sell stop order would be, I get this number here, 1.27814. And for my sell stop entry, I'm subtracting 11 pips, okay?
Okay.
So I came up with 1.27704 is my entry for my sell stop, okay? Now, my take profit we're gonna do here is 10 pips, okay?
Okay.
So my take profit is gonna be 1.27604. Okay, for everyone that wants to use a stop loss, now you go to the top to this high number here. And guess what do? You add 5 pips. And that's how you get your stop loss for the sell stop. For the buy stop, you subtracted. For the sell stop, you add. However, I just don't trade with a stop loss. So you can use whatever you want to use. If you want to use 10, 20, some people just choose to use a 20 pip stop loss. They don't go with what the strategy says. You do what your account and what your conscience tells you you need to do, okay? So now we're entering our orders. We entered our buy stop, and now we've entered our sell stop. Okay, so watch how the strategy works, okay? We're having to use this in the past because it's not 2 a.m. So we're pretending that it's May 17th. And everything from this candle, guys, I'm fixing to show you this. Everything from here over to the right has not happened. Forget about it. It don't exist yet, okay? I will take and mark it with a marker, and then I'm gonna take that line out. So everything from here to there does not exist, okay, guys? So guess what? I'm fixing to take this line out, and we're gonna show you how this strategy works. So this candle is closed. That's what we worked off of. So now this candle is operating, okay? So guess what happened? This thing went down, and I'm just gonna throw this up here for just giggles to show you. Probably my entry was about right here, okay? So what happens? Here's the candle. The new candle comes up. The first hour, it don't happen. The second hour, it don't happen. It almost touches it. But guys, look what happens on hour 3. It activates our sell stop. And guess what? If you hadn't used a take profit of 10 pips, we're fixing to tell you how many pips you would have gotten off of this strategy. You would have got 57 pips after the 11 pip drop. 57 pips. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
Miss Tanya?
Yes.
Is it always like that good?
90% of the time for me, it works. So I'm going to show you some more days. We're not just going to count on this. Tanya's fixing to show you some more days, okay? So here we go. I'm going to take these numbers out, okay? These lines, we're going to get rid of them, okay? So I get aggravated with this. Okay, so guess what? We're going to go to this day right here, and we're going to see if the strategy worked, okay? So here we go, guys. Let's count them. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. This red candle is what I'm concerned with right here, okay? This red candle. So I'm going to go up here, horizontal line. I'm going to put it at the very top of that wick. I'm going to go over here and get a horizontal line again, and I'm going to put it at the bottom of that wick. Gotcha? Everybody see that, right? All right. So here we go. Everybody's writing this down, I hope. Okay, what do we write down? GBP USD. To the left side, we write high. To the right side of the page, we write low. I just try to put them side by side, okay? So my high of that candle is 1.27377, okay? Go down here. The low of my candle is 1.27257. Got it? Everybody see how I got those two numbers?
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So what we're going to do now is say, I'm adding 11. This is my number, 11, to 1.27377. So I came up with 1.27487 is my entry, okay? Just for giggles, we're using 10 pip take profit, okay? So my take profit is 1.27587. Anybody needs me to slow down, tell me. This is the second time I'm doing it, so I'm just blowing through the math, okay? So I go to the bottom, okay? Low number. I subtract 11 pips, okay? So I come up with 1.27147. That's my entry. I'm going to subtract 10 for 10 pips, take profit. So I'm at 1.27047, okay? Everybody good. We got buy stop, sell stop. If you want to use a stop loss, use the stop loss, okay? So the candle that we're working with is this last red candle right here. So now I'm fixing to just take these crosshairs just to see where my entry would be, okay? So I'm going to get on top of that line and I'm going to go up until I see 11. Okay, so I'm at 11 right here, guys, okay? So what would have happened was it would have gone up and activated a buy stop, okay? So we're at 11. So the highest that any of these candles go is 2 hours over, and it takes us to 19.7. So we would have only gotten 8.7 pips off of this strategy, okay? So in my opinion, this strategy failed on day 2, okay? However, there's ways to do this that you would have still been successful had you done 5 pips, 5 pips, 5 pips, 5 pips. So in my mind, this strategy failed on day 2, okay? So now we're not worrying about that. What did I tell you? Some people say it's an 85% win rate. I'm having closer to 90, little over 90% win rate. So now we're going to this day here, which was yesterday, okay? So here we go. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. This red candle right here is what we're working with, guys. I go up here and I grab my line and I put it right on top of that candle body. Got it? I grab me another line and I put it right on the bottom of that wick. Okay, got it? Everybody see that? So I would have done the math again. I would have added 11 pips here. I would have subtracted 11 pips here. So just to see real quick if this worked on this day, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna say, okay, we gotta go 11 from here. Okay, so basically what would have happened was it would have gone 21 pips. You would have gotten exactly 10 pips off of this move. So you see from this line down, the furthest it went was 21 pips. So we activated at 11 pips and that left 10 more pips. So we would have hit a take profit of 10 pips. Now, for those of you that would have used a number like, let's say 15, let's see what would have happened. Okay, so I would have come here to this bottom line and I would have pulled down and I would have got to 15 right there. It would have activated. You wouldn't have made anything, you know. So I try to stay as close to 10, but you still want to get outside that 10 window. I don't like 10. The banks know 10, the brokers know 10. But if you see later on what happened, it come up and hit a big buy and you would have made pips going the opposite way. So this is, in my opinion, we had a win right here, we had a loss here, and we had a win here. Now here you had a 50-something pip win. Here you had a 10 pip win. So what I tell people is this, and now you've got to understand, this is GBP USD. What is on the backside of GBP? USD, the master manipulator. So I will tell you that generally I trade GJ, okay? And I can tell you right now by looking at this, look, win, 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 win. I mean, I can just go back. It's so much clearer because if you look at it, you have less manipulation with GJ. I mean, I just don't trust Donald Trump. He just manipulates our money and country too much. So my favorite, okay, is GJ. Also, I trade GCAD and I trade GAUD a lot, GAUD. So if you will look, when you see these big moves like this, you know the strategy worked. So what the strategy basically says is that you will have a breakout of either a buy or a sell within a few hours of the London market opening, okay? And that generally that move will be between 30 and 50 pips. And I can go over this numerous times with you and show you where it's going to give you 30 to 50 pips, 30 to 50 pips. Okay. However, I do not set a take profit of 30, 40, or 50 pips. Newbies, this is going to sound foreign to you. Educated traders, basically, I have multiple, you know, you can do a trail and stop. I just do multiple orders, okay? And basically, I 9 or 10 pip it at the time. So when I hit a take profit of 10, I have a second order that opens up and goes for my second 10. So let's say it moved 25 pips. At least I've secured 20 pips and I've only lost on the 5 pips. So just keep in your mind, you know, 30 to 50 pips. However, if you're a newbie, I ask you to please, until you become fluent with this strategy, to only go for 10 pips. Once you learn how to set multiple pending orders, you're good to go. Okay, so I'm going to go now and just show you we're on GAUD. And so I'm going to show you on this day and this day what this strategy did. Okay, so let's start here first. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. Here is our candle, okay? This candle here. So I go up here and get my line. I put it on the top of that candle body. I get me another line and I put it on the bottom of that wick, okay? So what do I do, guys? We write down the word high, okay? And that is 1.84082. And then I go down here and I write the word low, and we're at 1.83741. So for the buy stop up here, I'm gonna add 11 pips. So my entry would be 1.84192, okay? And I'm gonna add 10 pips for a take profit. And then I'm gonna go over here to my sell stop, and I'm gonna subtract 11 pips, okay? And I'm gonna have an entry of 1.83631. So I can tell you the sell stop did not activate, because you can tell right here, there's not enough, you know, pips down here. So let's see what happens here. So from this line, all I need to measure is, let's get to 11. Okay, we're at 11 right here, guys, 11.5. I'm trying to get, right there's close enough. So right there, my order would have activated. And I'm gonna go to the highest buy candle wick or candle body I can go to, which will be this one right here. So this thing moved 30 pips. So if you take 30 and minus 11, you come up with 19 pips. So this would have activated into a buy, and you would have gotten 19 pips if you did your orders right. If you're 10 pipping it, you would have got your 10 pips and gone on about your business. Okay? Is everybody good on that part?
Yes.
Okay, so this was a win right here, guys. This is a win. So guess what we're fixing to do? We're fixing to go to the next day. Okay, and we're gonna prove this strategy out again. Here we go. So here we go, guys. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. This white candle. Okay, so here we go. The top of the wick. Here we go. The bottom of the wick. Okay, so here we go. Buy stop. Entry. I need somebody to do this with me right here. Write this down. Who has a pen and piece of paper that can give me your buy stop entry? So your beginning number is 1.85116. 1.85116. I need somebody to give me what the entry would be if you use 11 pips.
1.85226.
Gotcha, 1.85226. Okay, so we're using 10 pips. What would my take profit be?
1.85326.
Gotcha. Good, great, guys, great. Okay, somebody else. The number for the sale, the bottom number, 1.84717. Someone tell me what my entry would be if we're using 11 pips.
1.84607. Or
Yeah, 6007. There you go. Gotcha. Here we go. So what's gonna happen, guys? What do you think? Did it go into a buy or did it go into a sell? Just looking at it, what do you think happened? Buy or sell, guys? Do you think it activated the buy or sell? Sell. Okay. So here we go. We're gonna grab the crosshairs and we're gonna measure from this right here. Okay, so here we go. We're going down. When I get to 11, I'm stopping. Okay, I'm at 11. This thing is so tedious. Okay, I'm stopping at 10.9. That pipette ain't gonna matter anyway. Okay, here we go. If I can stop. Okay, here we go, guys. Now we're going to the very bottom of any wick here. We're already at 11. So right here, we got 28.3 pips. So minus 11 from 28.3. What did you get?
Roughly 17.
Okay, so you got 17 pips. But for those of you that are new, you got 10 pips, okay? So do you see how the strategy won again right here, day 2? Now I can go back again. I'm gonna tell you right here, you had a win right there. We can go back a little further. You can always look and know what happens. This right here, somewhere here, it activated a buy. Let me just do this real quick to show y'all. Okay, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Here's our candle right here, guys. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do it real simple. I know it went into a buy, okay? So this is my candle. I think I said this one. No, this one. This is my candle, okay? So I'm gonna measure from the top of that wick right here on this candle. And I'm just gonna start measuring. Okay, we got 49.8 pips. So if you minus 11 from that, what did you get?
38.8.
Okay, do you see how you win there?
Yes.
Newbies, 10 pips. Experienced traders, multiple orders or trailing stop, however you choose to do it. There's a winner. Okay, let's go right here. Here we go. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. I can just go, and when it says 9, I know I'm there. Okay, so this candle right here is what I'm working with. So what do you think do you think it went into a buy or a sell? This is your candle.
Sell.
Okay, so let's try the math. Okay, so we're gonna go to the bottom of this wick and we're gonna measure to here. And my line's in the way. Let me get to the side. It's getting me, I can't see it. Okay. $20. So we would have barely got 10 pips. We would have got just 10 dead on, like 10.1. Okay, that's a winner. We don't care. We got 10 pips. Guess what? We're gonna go back here, guys. Here we go. Did we do this one already or this one? I think we did this one, didn't we?
Yes.
Okay, let's just go to GJ. We've been on G odd. Let's go to GJ and let's see how GJ works. Where are you at, GJ? Right here. Okay, so we'll pull over GJ. All right, here we go, guys. I can almost tell you this was a win. Okay, we're gonna count it real quick. 5, I'm just gonna go over here and find 9, okay? So it'll be this candle right here. Oh, I hate when it won't get dead on. This candle right here, okay? So right there. So I can already tell you this went into a sale and we got 34 minus 11 is 23 pips. That's a winner, okay? We're going to this one here. Find the candle that says 9 o'clock. That's the candle here. So what do you think happened? Did it go buy or sell? This is the candle, this red one.
Buy.
We're gonna see if it went into a buy. I don't think it got the pips. Okay, so it went 17.3 pips. So you wouldn't have got the pips there. Okay, now for those of you that might have used a different number, it's possible. So that's a loser right there in my opinion. Okay, so I can tell you this right here is already a winner. Okay, here's the 9 o'clock candle right here. Let me see, right there. Okay, so I'm fixing to measure this and tell you what you got. It went into a sale and you got 34 minus 11, 23 pips, okay? Now, do you see how this works? You will see repetitively, generally, you might miss it once a week. I have gone weeks and not missed it, you know? So, however, this was a winner. I can tell you this was a winner. This was probably a loser or you barely got 10 pips. This was a winner right here. Let me just tell you this. Let me go back right here and I can tell you this was a big win right here. Let me find this candle. That's the 8, that's the 9. Guess how many pips, guys? 148 pips minus 11 on this move right here.
So Tanya, are you staying up all night then watching
No. So what I do is I set my buy stop, sell stop.
Okay.
I go to sleep. I sort of cat nap. You know, that's just me. That's the life of the trader. So
Okay.
I go to sleep and I know sometimes it'll make that move quick, but you know, sometimes it's a couple hours. But you can bet most of the time it's going to make its move before New York opens. So I just crack one eye and look, did the buy stop activate or the sell stop? If one activates, I close the other. Now, people that do this and do this well, they might trade 4 GBP pairs a night. Guys, do not do that. Until you've been doing this for quite some time, don't do it. I trade 2 GBP pairs a night and I know how to set my orders and I'm good with that. I have my special ones. I love GJ, GCAD, and GAUD. If you have news on either currency, do not trade it. Don't just look, oh, I got GBP news. You got to look for the other currency too.
Do you have to have separate accounts to do all this, or does that
No.
one account?
So the main thing is do not over leverage and do not get out of proper risk management. So what I do, guys, my success is based off of having multiple accounts, okay? So in my trading life, I have one landing account with Hugo's Way, and I have 3 to 5, I can't remember on Hugo's Way. I know I have 4, I think I have 5. So what I do is I put a trade in each account. So because next week I'm gonna start doing math with you guys on what does it take to blow your account, okay? So if you've got one trade in, it's so much easier to know what does it take to blow my account? How many pips will this thing have to go backwards for me to blow my account? Because I try to educate people on trading with a stop loss versus not trading with a stop loss, okay? So you will know that. However, if you get 2 trades going, it's hard to keep that balance. You don't know. One can move, 120 pips and the other one not move any. So you gotta, keep that in mind. Hold on one second, guys. Just give me 10 seconds. Okay, so does everybody see how you can be successful trading the London breakout?
Yes.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
But I also fell asleep, Tanya, and yes, I did get the pips that I was supposed to, but then it did a pullback, so I lost it. That's why I asked you to stay up all night.
So what I do is, I sleep one eye open, one eye closed. So that's why I say basically, if you, are experienced and know how to set, multiple orders, you have to wait to set, in my opinion, I don't set my other orders until it activates into the buy or the sell. And then I set my additional orders. So basically what I do is take and, 10 pip it. So what would have happened, at what point did you pull back? How many pips had you made when it pulled back?
22 pips I had made, but I had fallen asleep.
Okay, so you would have grabbed 20 and you would have only lost on the 2.
Yeah. But I ended up, like I said, I blew my whole account because I fell
gosh.
asleep.
Well, the number one thing is, guys, proper risk management. And we have a lot of newbies. So next week, we're going to go back to the basics on, what is a proper lot size? What is being over leveraged? And how do you know how to keep up with that? Those numbers just aren't just numbers up there on that trading screen that says margin, free margin, equity. They're there for a reason, okay?
Yeah.
So we'll do some simple math next week and you'll be like, oh, wow, I never knew that, So we will most definitely do that because hey, you're not a trader if you haven't blown accounts. And anybody that tells you they haven't blown an account, they're telling the biggest lie in the world. So
Thank you.
I have a question, Ms. Tonya.
Yes.
This strategy is called your London breakout strategy.
Correct.
Do you have other strategies that you're going to teach us also?
Yes. So I don't know if everybody's in a rush, but what I will do real quick is I will hit the high points of the box consolidation strategy. That's something else I teach. It's so close to London breakout. I usually teach it first and then I teach London breakout because once you master the box consolidation strategy, then London breakout is so simple to you, So just to let you know, I don't know how many of you heard my testimony either through Dr. Kathy, Dr. Jewel Tankard, but Stephen Hooley had it as well, Web Analyzer. So Stephen Hooley is going to get with me and we're going to try to put my box consolidation strategy on Web Analyzer. And it works really well in the Asian session. Everybody knows Asian session is like a turtle. Things are just crawling, nothing moves. So, so basically what you want to do, and I'll go over this real quick. So basically I just started at the top left and I pulled somebody's unmuted.
I'm sorry, one quick question before you go there.
Sure.
This, the London breakout can be also used for New York, correct?
I don't know. I use it for only London breakout. It's called London breakout for a reason.
Okay.
But now it can go over into the New York session and not necessarily, you might not have gotten your pips yet, okay? I've never used it in the New York session as far as setting the strategy up. You base everything off of the close of the 1 a.m. candle that closes at 2 a.m. or the 2 a.m. candle that closes at 3 a.m., whatever your time zone is. So I got to mute somebody. We need to mute somebody. I'm getting a lot of noise. I don't like to do that, but okay, it quieted down for a second. Okay, so guys, basically the box strategy is you're looking for consolidation. And we know we see that a lot, correct? So this right here on USD Chief could be considered consolidation right here, but I want to look and find something that looks a little better to show you. Okay, now this is something I hate, GU, but it looks like consolidation. What you will find is when you have these period separators up, that generally you will see consolidation coming out of that period separator. And it's merely because we're in the Asian session. So you look right here. What's this? Consolidation. You're not setting higher highs or lower lows. Consolidation. That's basically consolidation. Okay, but I don't want anything GBP USD. Okay, Euro USD. So right here, what are we doing? We're consolidating. Okay. Does everybody see that we're consolidating here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so basically what I do, and we will do it on this EUR USD, you're welcome if you have a demo account to put this in demo, okay? I'll tell you how this works. Now, I don't consider this last candle because it's active right now, okay? So it's not in our equation. So, if you go up here and you can say insert and you go down to shapes, and then you can hit rectangle. My mouse, I cannot get it to slow down enough for me to do this box. So what I do is I consider at least 4 candles of this consolidation, and I don't consider the active candle. So I would go to the highest wick of any of these 4 candles, and I would start to draw my box, okay? And because my mouse is so fast, I can't get it to do it right. So I might have to do it my old-fashioned way. So of those 4 candles, you want to cover the highest wick and the lowest wick or lowest body, okay? And I let that go. But my mouse is so fast that it doesn't leave the box up there. So let me tell you how I do this, okay? Go away. Okay, so the way that I do it is this, guys. I know I'm considering the candle, the first candle after the break, this candle, and the red candle, okay? I'm not considering this active candle. So I treat it like the London breakout. I go up here and get me a horizontal line, and I go to the highest wick or the highest candle body of those 4 candles. And I put it right there, okay? And I go over here and I get a horizontal line, and I go to the lowest body or the lowest wick of those 4 candles, and I put it right there, okay? So we're considering these 4 candles right here. So guess what we're gonna do, guys? Can anybody tell me, other than someone that knows this strategy that I teach?
Write down the high and write down the low.
There you go. So we're gonna write down the high, and the high is 1.11662. And the low is 1.11599. Now, guess what my lucky number is? 11. So I'm gonna take and add 11 to my high, okay? And it's gonna be 1.11772. And I'm gonna go to my low and I'm gonna subtract 11, okay? And I'm gonna come up with 1.11489. Everybody see how I got that?
Yes.
It's identical to London. However, we're considering at least 4 candles, 4 hours of consolidation. So I'm gonna put a buy stop order in, and my entry is gonna be 1.11772. My take profit is 10 pips only, guys, 10 pips. Okay, so take profit would be 1.11872. Now, sell stop, minus 11 pips, 1.11379, okay? I minus 11 pips, and I'm gonna minus 10 more for my take profit, which would be 1.11279. Now, I will go real slow with these numbers if everybody wants to put it in their demo. Anybody wants to put it in their demo, speak up, and I'll give you the numbers right now. Put it in your demo, see how it works.
Sure.
Okay, ready. Your numbers are EUR USD, okay?
Yes.
It's gonna be buy stop. Buy stop. Your entry is 1.11772. Entry.
Okay.
1.11772. Take profit, 1.11872. Now, you choose what you want to use for a stop loss. I don't use one, however, you can use one, 20 pips, or you could even do, you know, maybe what we do for the London breakout. You could subtract 5 from the low.
Okay. That's
Okay.
what I do. So,
Okay.
so when it comes up on mine, it says points, Tonya.
Okay.
So how many pips is a point?
Okay, so you're saying points. Are you on an Android?
No, I'm on my computer.
Huh, let me see. So new order.
When I put in order, and then when I go
Okay,
to
so you're gonna say volume. Okay, so you're doing stop loss. Okay, so it don't just let you type this number in?
You know,
You should be able to erase that number out and just type it in.
maybe what I'm trying to do is is a trailing stop.
Yeah, I think you're doing, that's what you're doing.
That's what I'm trying to
Yeah,
do.
don't do it. Just do a regular stop loss.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, guys, ready for the sell stop. Sell stop, EUR USD. Your entry, okay, your entry is 1.11379. 1.11379. Your take profit is 1.11279. 1.11279. Now, if you want to use a stop loss, you're going to add 5 to 1.11662, which would be 1.11712. Okay? So what you're going to see, and I will tell you, it will probably be closer to midnight or get close to the open of London. You will see this thing. This is supposed to be a box, okay? This is supposed to be a box right here.
Tanya,
Yes.
what was the entry price again on the sell stop?
The sell stop would be 1.11379. 1.11379.
Thank you.
So guys, what you're saying is, listen, when price breaks out of this box here, any candle in this future, and it moves up 11 pips or down 11 pips, it's going to activate and hopefully give you 10 pips, okay? So I'm going to erase this, and we're sort of going to try to look back over here to the left and just see. A lot of people in this class have used this before and have had success. So right here we had consolidation, and I can tell you clearly this went into a sale, okay?
Tanya,
So, yes.
someone needs figures for the buy stop.
Okay, the buy stop entry is 1.11772. Entry 1.11772. Take profit 1.11872. So guys, what I do is I try to look at this strategy about 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night, generally 9 o'clock. That's given me at least 4 hours to look that, hey, there's been consolidation 4 hours. So right here, if you look, I would have used 4 candles. So we would have said 1, 2, 3, 4. So we would have based it off of this wick right here. And what I'm going to do is just measure from the bottom of this wick. And so basically 20 minus 11. So you would have got 9.7 pips. Basically, it would have gave you 10 pips. Okay. Over here again, we're consolidating. We would have put this candle in it probably right here. I don't know. Let me see. I'll just have to do some finagling here to see what happens. Okay, so there. Okay, so see, that wouldn't have activated that way. So let's go over here, and it would have activated into a sale because I would have used this last white candle right here, and it would have activated a sale, and it would have given you 18 minus 11. So you would have gotten, you know, there it is. Now, so a lot of times what I do with this strategy, guys, instead of trying to get 10 pips, instead of, like we say, we 10 pip it, I 5 pip it. Because as you can see, sometimes you get 9.7 pips. Sometimes you barely hit 10 pips. So what I do is I set my take profit at 5 pips. 5 pips, and then 5 pips, and then 5 pips. So you're securing it as you go. I'm not sure what's really going on with this with that euro pair. Sometimes when it, you can see here when it goes, it generally goes when it comes out, and you're always good for 10 pips. But you just have to worry about, what's the market doing? Is there news? Always number one thing, make sure there's not any news. That news is going to push that thing to do something totally different.
Tonya, if the news though, if you put a buy stop and a sell stop in, will it not activate one way or the other?
Yeah, it will. But what I'm trying to say is, okay, keep in mind, because you're probably going to use a different number for trading the news.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of you have been on Cam's news strategy.
I see. Yes.
Yeah. So if we're just looking at straight box consolidation, we use this number. If we're going to trade the news, you use a different number or a different method, but you're still using buy stop, sell stop.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So all I'm saying is keep in mind, what's going to happen with that, with, news.
Okay.
I love trading the news. I trade the news. Okay. So, but just keep in mind, because, let's say this. Okay. Let's say that we did a box consolidation and it pushed us into a buy. Okay. And we're trying to get our pips. And then here comes news that pushes it down into a sell. So maybe you didn't get all of your pips in the buy, and then it activates the sell and you grab pips there, but you lost pips up top because you didn't secure it.
I see what you're saying, yes.
You see what I'm saying? So just keep it in mind that, hey, always check news before you enter anything. So guys, what I do is I go to the dollar store. They got the little dry erase board for $1. Sunday afternoon, I sit down and write all red folder news for the week. Okay? Now, because sometimes I'm out and about a lot, if it's pairs that I traditionally trade or I want to trade the news, I just go on my cell phone and put me alarms letting me know. So when I get ready to enter an order, I would just touch my calendar. Oh, we got news here. Oh, we got news here. So it sort of alters the way that I think at that point. Now, also, you can't just rely on red folder news. You look, and if you've got multiple, other folders that are economic and they're back to back, you got to consider that as well. And I'm sure Cam has taught y'all that. So, but this is the box strategy, guys. So it works so well, like on this USD CAD, it works really well on. I'm just going to be honest with you. I was trying to think of what else that it worked good on. A lot of things just move quick like that. So, you wouldn't want to do USD Chief or GU. You do consolidate coming out of New York, going into Asian. So you see right here, almost every night you consolidate. When New York closes, this is a good pair to trade in the box strategy if it hadn't been snake bit like me by Donald Trump. But GBP USD is great to do the box strategy. However, keep in mind that what might happen is your box strategy now flows over into your breakout. And it could possibly do just the opposite. Or guess what? It can possibly do the same thing, because you're still using that number, but you're just using the number off of an earlier calculation in the night. So if you look, GU basically consolidates every night at the same time. Y'all see that? So what should I tell y'all? If you have not been bit by Donald Trump, GU is a great box strategy win. I can tell you, if I start right here, I could give you pips off of every one of them. So I'm just going to go to this candle here, okay? That's going to be my breaker, okay? Right here, it gave you 56 pips minus the 11. So you got 45 pips right there, okay? I'm fixing to come over here and give you what you got here, okay? So right here, it went into a sell. It gave you 54 pips, 55 pips right here. on box consolidation. Okay, right here. It only gave you, just a few pips. Okay, we're gonna go on over here to this one. Okay, so right here, I'm working off of this candle. It gave me 40 minus 11, 29 pips. Do you see where this is a winner, guys?
So Tanya, when you started doing this, when you started with your lot sizes, did you just, when you realized that you could get that 10 pips or whatever, were you just gradually increasing your lot size? Or did you use a compound interest?
Yeah. So let me explain this to you guys. I teach a lot of people, these groups, and then I mentor people. Okay. So, when you mentor someone, you put a lot of time into them. Let me tell you what I have looked at and what I feel is best, because what I tried to do was I went through all of IML, I studied all that stuff. And as I was going, I would always have a question about something. Something's missing. I don't know how to do this. I can't, you can't get an answer. You want to answer then. You're anxious, So what I tried to do when I started teaching was I made myself a list of everything that would come across my mind that there was no answer to in IML. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so I started, when I educate, I try to answer those unanswered questions that IML left out. IML is great, wonderful platform. However, I know there's a lot of things they don't cover. Okay. One thing is, how do you use all these tools up here? And we will go over that for newbies. We can probably do half of the class next week on how do we use these tools. That is so frustrating to people. Because
Tonya, that was my biggest struggle, because I'm older and I was not computer literate.
So next week, guess what, guys? We're gonna go over this. For those of you that already know it, I'm sorry. It is my duty to help people. So I'm gonna teach you all about these little things as the best I can. I got 7,552 knots on my head from learning all the things that wasn't there for me to learn. So I want to pass this on. I already got the knots, so there's no need for you to get the knots.
Thank you.
Okay. So I've got to sow this seed into you guys. I've got to. It's me. So what I did in the way that I think about it is this. Okay. So let's say you got a $300 account, and gosh, the compound interest spreadsheet looks wonderful. That's all we focus on is the end result of my 400,000, 600,000, a million. But guess what happens, guys? You're going along and you're doing good. And when you get up to 1.55 lot size, let's say, guess what happens that day?
You lose.
You have, and it takes the life out of you. So, like I tell people that I mentor, we have to set goals. We have to be realistic, okay? And I will tell you quick, a lot of people are going to be ticked at me this week because I teach the Dirty 30 group. Guess what? They have unrealistic goals. Unrealistic goals, okay? Now, does it happen for some people? Yes. Okay, I have people to tell me, oh, I want to make $1,000 a day. Guess what's the first thing that comes out of my mouth? Do you make $1,000 a day on your job? No. Did you start out at $1,000 a day? No. So we've got to have gradual wins. We've got to have consistent wins. It is also my duty to grow you emotionally and psychologically. It does no good to you for you to be a 6 or 7 figure trader and you make bad business decisions. So I'm preaching to you right now for a second. So I've got to prepare you emotionally and psychologically. I've got to grow you as an individual. I've got to grow your mindset. I've got to grow your subconscious mind. I've got to get the weeds out of your mind, because I would say that 90% of trading is psychological. Your mindset means everything. And when people say you speak life and death from the tip of your tongue, that is so true, guys, so true. I'm big on vision boards. So I have people to reach out to me and say, okay, my first question is, what is your daily goal? Is your daily goal pips or dollars? And how do we get there? So, long answer to what I'm fixing to tell you here. I am not fond of the compound interest sheet until you've traded 90 days, you're educated, okay, and you've had consistent wins. Now, what I will say is, let's start out with a reasonable lot size that does not over leverage you, and let's trade that lot size for 1 week consistently and win at that lot size. Then we're gonna maybe go up a few more digits, because the first thing that happens is you put up a 1.95 lot and it pulls back and you wasn't paying attention and you didn't have a stop loss, and all that you have just made the past 21 days is gone. Patience does not come overnight. When I first started trading, oh my God, I got to get out of that trade. Oh my God, what do I do? I can't get nobody on the phone. Oh my God, you know, just being real with you. So now I'm to the point, I might enter a trade, leave home, not even realize I didn't have my trading phone, and come home 6 hours later. But do you think I worried about it? No, because guess what? One thing or two is going to happen. I'm going to be in profit or I'm going to be negative. So how could I have changed that? There's no way I could have changed it. So I go with the philosophy of this, guys. My favorite saying is, so what, now what? Okay? Did we do all the things that we were supposed to do before we entered the trade? Did we analyze it? You know, if we're analyzing or just taking signals. Did we use proper risk management? Did we do all of these things we were supposed to do? If we did all of those things we were supposed to do and we lost the trade, guess what? I'm still happy, because guess what? We did everything we were supposed to do. It's like playing your perfect game of basketball, football, baseball, but you still lost. Guess what? You did everything right. Some outside force changed what was supposed to happen. And that is something that we can't, nothing in the world we could do to make that be differently. Okay? So guess what? So what? Now what? It happened. So what? Now what are we going to do about it?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
Okay, I knew I started on April 23rd, and I think I probably just need to concentrate, focus in one area instead of trying to learn all these different things.
That's correct.
Yeah, so far what I'm hearing from you, this is probably right where I need to be. Okay, so I'm wondering, because I'm trying to learn the web analyzer, the ECC 11.
Okay.
Instead of trying to do both of these things, if maybe I should just slow down and put that on pause for a moment until I understand what you're teaching, and then move on to there. Okay,
so this is what I would suggest to a new trader, okay? I don't know your account size, okay? So therefore, if you want to share that with me offline, I can, make some suggestions to you. What I would say to do is, because you're new, you want to make money while you learn, okay? And so one thing about trading, it's going to teach you patience, okay? So that's something that you have to develop. It doesn't just happen overnight. If you're not trading, then you're not going to develop patience. So what I would tell you is, let's put it in first gear. Let's say, okay, let's just be honest. Let's say you got a $250 account. Okay, so we're going to treat your $250 account. No, let's make it simple. You got a $200 account. We're going to treat your account like it's a $100 account. So therefore, you cannot over leverage because you've already cut that in half in your mind, okay? So we need to have wins for you so that you build confidence while you're learning. So I would continue to educate, learn from me, learn from whoever you can. The web analyzer is great. ECC 11 is great. If you have not heard my testimony, please go on and listen to my testimony, guys. I bought 2 vehicles, paid cash, done. I'm done with them. BMW, new Jeep, all that. That has nothing to do with what meant the most of all to me. Okay. So a lot of you don't know me, but my mom became sick in March. So I was able to pay for around the clock private care while my mom was at the hospital because I couldn't constantly be there. I was spending 14, 16 hours a day there. I'm coming home teaching, I'm trading, I'm doing all these things. Okay, so number one, I was able to pay for that care for my mom that if she said, I want a sip of water, somebody could stick straw in her mouth. You know, it didn't take that, but that was me and my comfort. So my mom ultimately passed April 4th, okay? My mom always wanted to be put in a mausoleum. So as a child, she almost drowned and she was claustrophobic. So she did not want to be buried in the ground. And so here I was, because my mom had health problems later in life. Basically, there was very minimal life insurance. So when my mom passed away, guess what? Disclaimer, past profits don't mean future profits, okay? I was able to put my mom away like a queen. I was able to put my mom in a mausoleum and my side is already there with her. I was able to say, Mr. Mausoleum Manufacturing Company, I want it here Monday. I want it sitting on the ground Monday. You know, I had the cash to do that. Guys, you can throw the Jeep, the BMW, everything in the ocean. I don't care about that. What meant the world to me was that I could honor my mom's wishes to the best of my ability and not fret about it. Here's the money. How do you need it? Wire transfer? Check? Cashier's check? Just tell me how you need it. That meant more to me than all the material things in the world. So that came with growth, you know, that came with, I haven't been doing this 2 years, guys. I was forced into this because I became sick myself. And so I can now make a living in my bed when I can't get up. If I want to go to the beach, go wherever, do whatever. When I was sitting by my mom's hospital bed, I was making a living. And I could spend those last weeks with her that we did not know was going to be the end. I didn't mean to go into that with you all, but I'm just telling you, it's life-changing. You get out of something what you put in it, okay? Easy come, easy go. If you're willing to put the work in, you can have the same success I have, Dr. Kathy has, or anyone else. But you can't expect to do it by not putting the work in. You know, we all just want to see the end result of money. But long story short, take, trade, okay? Just say, make yourself some rules and don't bend those rules, okay? I'm gonna take trades from ECC 11 and I can tell you a couple of things if you get with me offline that you need to verify. I feel confident enough in the strategy. I'm gonna be honest with you. When I didn't have my computer in front of me, guys, I just got in the trade. I'm just confident in it. Guess what? So what? I lost the trade. I didn't lose but 2 or 3 out of 30 or 40. So what? So what I'm telling you is enter one trade at a time. When that hits take profit, take you another trade. I do not take the 5-minute alerts. I only do 15-minute and 1 hour and 4 hour. So I'm working on mastering something with the 5-minute alerts. And when I master it, I will share it with you guys. But I'm telling you that on 15-minute and 1 hour, I roll with it. And then take your time every day. I took time out of my life every day to educate myself. Don't worry so much about strategies. I've given you 2 strategies tonight that will work. But until you build your account up, you don't want to blow them. So take the trades from Web Analyzer, ECC 11, or do the box consolidation, or do the London breakout. However, I don't think that you're mentally and emotionally and educationally prepared at this point to do the London breakout. Give me another week or 2 with you and you'll be fine. However, you need to temper yourself like we temper metal. You've got to get yourself to the point that you've got wins, so you've built confidence. You have some Forex language. You know how to use the tools on here. And I can give you other strategies all day long that, have taken a lot of time for us to come up with. I've come up with several and I try to share them, a lot of people charge for those things, but I try to share them because I want everyone to win. So my answer to you is I would trade. Do you get on with Dr. Kathy at 2, 3, and 4 in the morning?
I have a couple of times, but I just wasn't sure if I was supposed to be there because I kept hearing some things in the chat that new people needed to learn from you first. I just wasn't sure.
Sure. So what I would say, have you gone through IML back office 1 through 4?
Yes, I've done all 24 of them.
Okay, gotcha then. So you know how to calculate pips, right?
Yes, and I calculate pips.
Okay, so that's great. So the only thing we really got to work on you on is proper risk management and not over leveraging. And we'll do that next week. So meanwhile, I don't know if you sent that to me in the chat, but meanwhile, if you just took and let's say use the 0.01 lot size, okay? You can't go wrong with that. You're gonna see miniature wins, 90 cents, 70 cents, $1. But guess what? It's building your confidence and you're seeing a little money.
Right.
Enter one trade at the time. When that trade hits take profit, enter another trade.
Okay. I think I'm having a problem with it because I'm entering the trades that the system is generating.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm not looking at it right. Like I'm not getting in at the proper time.
Okay. So when you get that alert, I don't, just telling you right now, I don't deal with a 5-minute alert. So look at the signal that's called. If it says M15 or 1 hour, get in it within 2 minutes. If you hadn't got in it within 2 minutes, it shows you the little time expired there, okay? If you hadn't got in it within 2 minutes, don't get in it.
Okay.
Live to trade another trade, okay? And so what I would tell you to build confidence is sometimes this thing runs up to 9 pips and pulls back, or don't get right to 10 right away. So if you want to just do a 5 pip take profit, you're going to get to profit quicker and you'll get in more trades. You're not going to be making as much money, but then too, if you look at it, you're going to get in more trades. So I say, I don't use 10 pips a lot because I just know how bankers and brokers think. So I'm crazy. I use 8, 9, whatever. So just take and, for one whole day, just try getting in one trade at a time. If it's a 15-minute or 1 hour, and do, a 5 pip take profit.
Okay.
Or 7, it's going to give you 10, but let's just say 7. That way you're not going through the emotional roller coaster of pullback, pullback, pullback. Okay. So you'll see little wins. And if you shared, I don't know if you shared, a few people have hit me up. So let me see. If you've shared with me what your account size is, and I think you did. So I will send you back.
I haven't, but can you telegram me? Because I don't, I'm not sure how to reach you in the telegram.
Okay, so if you go in the off group chat, you should see mine says FX Life.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so that's me. So just send me that. I will tell you, in my opinion, what I think you should use. And then we will go from there. And now next week, guys, we're going to talk about Vision boards, I have new people on here. So guess what? I preach this sermon. It takes 21 days to develop a habit and 90 days to develop a lifestyle. So for the next 21 days, you listen to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. The next 21 days, The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. It is on YouTube. Joe, are you on here? Anybody else that's listened to that, will you please share real quick for the newbies what The Strangest Secret is doing for you? Anyone? Y'all gonna tell on yourself because nobody's saying anything and I know you're not doing it.
Hi, Tonya. This is Sakina Abdul-Jalil here in Little Rock. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. I have been listening to Earl Nightingale's The Strangest Secret for a long time, for a lot of years, off and on, as a matter of fact. But I started doing it with our team, and we put it in our team messenger group. And you're absolutely spot on when you talk about 21 days to develop a habit. And it's funny how I'll put it in my car or I'll listen to it at home. I make sure that I get that in, just like I get my 10 pages of reading, you know, something in terms of personal development. But what it does, it consciously makes you aware of your thinking, because it's our thinking that is going to ruin us from any type of opportunity, any type of our thinking stops us from developing a yes mentality. So it's helped me not only in trading, but also in my personal life as well as in my business life, because whatever you think about, like it says in the audio, whatever you think about, that's what you become. So it helps me clear out that garbage, because we're our own worst critic. And this loop is constantly playing in my head. You know, I hear that man's voice, and I promise you, when I first heard his voice the first time, I was like, oh God, I cannot listen to this.
Yeah,
you know?
It's amazing.
Right, but I hear it all the time. So I'm so excited that you're reinforcing this here, because if you're not listening to it, guys, just like she's saying, you know, it takes those days to develop a habit, and you'd be amazed. Just try it out and see. What's the worst case scenario?
That's right. I mean, you guys, let me tell you something. It takes just as much energy to grow a weed as it does a seed. Okay. And so what you say out of your mouth is what you hear, and what you hear is what goes into your subconscious mind, and what goes into your subconscious mind ultimately comes to your conscious mind, and that's what you become. Okay. That is what you become. If you, and I do this in vision boards, guys, I have pictures of everything that I want to acquire. Okay, yeah, I wanted to pay this off or that off, basically. I took the darn statement that came and I put zeros on it, and I framed it and I put it dead in my face. I tote $1 million bill in my pocket all day long. And when I pull it out, guess what? That's all I see is $1 million bill. So it's constant reinforcement visually. Okay, so when they say you speak life or death from the tip of your tongue, that is so true. So the strangest secret, it's life changing. Okay, so now you're like, okay, that's that garbage in my mind, and your mindset means everything in trading. Oh my God, man, gosh, I lost that trade, or dang, it just went negative, or you don't realize, just like I said, and I post it all the time, what you say is what you become, because what you say is what you start to think about, and what you think about, it's just a roller coaster. So please, The Strangest Secret, 21 days, you'll find yourself listening to it more than once a day. Les Brown is great, but this is what we do in this group, 21 days, The Strangest Secret. It becomes so repetitive, and you find yourself saying it to people, and you find it becoming a part of your life. So it is very important. Your mindset means everything. Okay, so discipline. I'm a huge Alabama fan. I am a descendant of Bear Bryant. So I have Crimson Tide in my blood. So, I study Nick Saban a lot. He has a great books, and, I study John Maxwell a lot, all these things. So let me share this with you. So, in recruiting, you have 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. So I read this big article one time. And so Nick Saban says, look, I would rather have the 3-star athlete that does everything right in his personal life and he's disciplined when it comes to sports, rather than the 5-star that has bad habits. Because let's say we're playing football and you're not disciplined, okay? And let's say you're a defensive back and you go to tackle this guy and he's right on the line of being out of bounds and you knock him out of bounds. Guess what happened? The flags go up. So long story short, if you make bad decisions in your personal life, you will make bad decisions in your business life. If you make bad decisions in your personal financial life, you will make bad decisions in your trading life. So that's why I tell you, I have to grow you as an individual, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. Because it does no good for you to become 6, 7, 8-figure winner and you make bad decisions. Your money's gone. Your money's gone. I only bought 2 vehicles because I never do anything for myself. I've taken care of my mom and my grandma for 11 years. I worked a corporate job and I did this for 11 years. So I felt like, okay, my house is paid for. Everything I own is paid for. Why not reward myself some way? And I needed a tax break, So reward yourself. But always remember, if you make bad decisions in your personal life, you will make bad decisions in your business, in your financial life. Guys, I'm sorry this derailed from trading, but you just have to get that with me. I want you to succeed. And I know no other way to do it than to help you as a whole. I'm young. And, I'm spreading myself because I want to sow these seeds. I got this group and I have the Dirty 30 group now, but I want to help everyone. It's just in me to do that because I enjoy challenges. Someone asked me the other day, are you the kind of person that you just feel that you need to have friends or get things that you have to nurture and take care of? No, not necessarily. However, I'm the kind of person that enjoys a challenge. So if someone is having problems in their life or they're derailed and I can help you get on the right track, that was a challenge to me. I was rewarded because I felt so good to know, gosh, I helped this young guy, he was fixing to quit school, or I helped this lady, she was on the verge of bankruptcy. And now look at her. That's worth more than any money you could give me. So to have successful stories for people to say, I learned from Tonya. I don't get paid to do this. I give you this time because I want to. And I want each and every one of you to be successful at whatever level of success that you're ready to handle. So at this point, any question?
I'd like to thank you for your time, Tonya, and I really appreciate all that you're doing for us.
You're welcome.
Bless you.
This is all that keeps me going some days.
Well, if we can pay it back, Tonya, with what you've taught us, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's the only thing that keeps me going, I'm my only child. I have no family. I have one aunt, and basically, on death and finances turn people against you quick. So the only relative I had left has now in the last week turned against me. So.
Oh, goodness. Well, you have all of us now.
Yeah, I have a family. Trust me, y'all are great, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Y'all reached out to me so much during my time of my mom's sickness and her loss, and it was just amazing that the story that went on with I had to change where I put my mother away, and it was last minute kind of thing, and that's a whole different story. But you know, Dr. Kathy put in the chat, I didn't know she was going to do it, about anybody want to cash out. And it was amazing because the new little spot for my mom was $600. And some of you've heard me say this, that this group, I Build Legacies, cash out me $619. So it was just amazing that it was within $19 of what I needed to put my mom where she had to go. So that meant a lot. You know, people don't realize when you're having a bad day, and so many of you in here do that. Yeah, it's like y'all just sense it, you know. So next week, guys, I'm having a procedure on Tuesday. Shantae has basically told me no teaching, but guys, if I get back home and I'm alert and not groggy, I'm gonna teach. So it's not gonna be posted because she thinks I need the day off, but they're not gonna do it to 12:30, so there's no guarantee, you know, what time I'll be out or whatever. So just keep me in your prayers. Like I said, I just started having a few little things happen since my mom passed away. So my goal is to be on with you Tuesday night, even though Shantae says no, we'll see. But it might have to be 9 p.m. You know, I might not be as alert at 8 p.m., but we'll see. So just know that if we don't have class Tuesday, that would be the reason why. So any other questions I can answer for anyone?
I have a question, Tonya. This is Monica.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go to properties and then common so I can see your candles, because mine are funky.
Okay, common. No,
oh no, the colors, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so I took a screenshot.
Yeah, put it in the chat and let me look.
Okay.
Meanwhile, anybody else got any questions I can answer while I'm looking at
Tonya, what time is your procedure?
Okay, so
Next Tuesday.
It's 12:30.
Central.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll just mark it down.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So who was that took the picture so I can look?
I just posted it. It's Monica.
Okay, Monica, hold on. I'll see it here.
Okay.
So I don't even see your candles. Are they not on there?
Oh, no, I took a, I just screenshotted what you have and then put that in the chat. I didn't know you meant my candles.
Yeah. Let me see those.
Okay.
Any other questions, guys?
Hello, Tonya.
Yes.
I really enjoyed my first class.
Thank
Really
you so much.
enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to next week.
Learn something. I hope y'all all learned something tonight. Please, I hope you learned something.
I did.
The Stephen Hooley's testimony is on there, and I also did one with Dr. Jewel Tankard on a watch party like a few days before that. So let's see here.
Tonya, I posted both.
Okay, thank you.
And your testimony with Stephen Hooley.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. So basically, I'm looking at your candles, and it looks like they have no wicks. So,
yeah.
Let's see. So, did you go up to insert indicators, and then go over and go down to trend? Custom, and then go. Are you sure you didn't do? There's two Hakanashis. There's a Hakanashi and there's a Hakanashi, what's it called, guys? It's a second Hakanashi. make sure you got Hakanashi. There's one Hakanashi something. That is strange.
I
Hakanashi
just have
basic
the
and
regular
Hakanashi smooth.
Hakanashi.
Hakanashi smooth and Hakanashi
Yeah,
basic.
you don't want Hakanashi smooth. I think that's what you got. Because that would take the mix off. So to get rid of those, just go in and say right click, and where it says indicator list, click that. And it'll come up Hakanashi, and I bet yours says Hakanashi smooth.
No, it just says Hakanashi.
Okay, well, let's delete those and let's do it again. So click right there on Hakanashi, the little gold box, and then click delete, and then click close.
Okay.
And let's try to load them again. Do you have the navigator box over to the left, or did you do it by insert?
I did insert, custom, and I've got the Beat the Market Makers template.
Yeah. Oh, do a whole new chart. Don't do the beat the market makers. You know how I did a whole new chart and I did all that?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll play around
that
with
way. And if it don't work, reach out to me in the chat and we'll get it figured out. So
okay, I will do that.
Any more questions, guys? I'm glad the attendance was up tonight. We normally at 21, 2 or 3. We had close to 40 people tonight.
That's
I'm so
great.
thankful.
I have a quick question. So, in general, like, how's your day go as far as trading? This is your main source?
Yeah, this is all I do. This is all I do. So let me try to give you the day in the life of me.
There you go. Thank you.
Okay. So let's just say that I start at 2 a.m. Okay. So 2 a.m. I'm going to wake up if there's no news, and I'm going to do London breakout. Okay. Now that's in one account, London breakout. Okay. So let's say that I stay on for Dr. Kathy's, oh, somebody's snoring. I cannot believe this. Somebody's snoring on my education. Who's doing that? Please. Somebody fell asleep on me.
And they're unmuted at that.
That is
Yeah. Like, okay, so basically I do London breakout. Okay. And then so with that, I try to stay on and support Dr. Kathy with 2, 3, 4 o'clock when she does her, web analyzer stuff or iMarkets Live. If I'm able, I stay up for those. If not, I'll catch at least one of those. Then I just go to sleep, but my body is built to just cat nap. So I'm constantly looking to see, did my buy stop or sell stop activate? Okay. And then once it activates, I close the other one, or if I'm still asleep and it activates, most of the time I wake up and close the other one. Okay. So then generally I try to get up completely by 7:30, no later than 8, because I try to catch, 8 a.m. I watch Bloomberg channel because it's nothing but trading 24 hours a day. So if you don't have Bloomberg, you don't know what you're missing. Okay. So Bloomberg is the channel. Nothing but trading for every session. You'll catch all the news, you catch everything. So a lot of times, depending on how my breakout went and how my trading with Dr. Kathy went, I might scalp, throughout most of the morning up to noon. And then later in the day, I might still be scalping. If I haven't met my goal, I'm ECC 11, because I use my strategies at different times. Now, I'll teach y'all another strategy next week that's real simple for newbies. If these 3 things line up, you get into this trade. And it's so simple, okay? So I'll make it a point next week to, let me make myself a note. Next week, we're gonna, I pray I make it home in enough time. I'll jot this down. And we can go over some of the tools at the top to teach people how to use those for the new people. And we'll go from there. Also, please put in the chat anything that you might want me to teach on. So I try to get prepared ahead of time. I try to use the live market as much as possible because it really helps you to understand, versus, you know, working from screenshots. Some things you have to, because, you know, like proving the breakout, I have to go backwards to show you that because it's not 2 a.m. Now, I'll ask permission again from Dr. Kathy. It won't be this week because there's so much news, but she will let me do a live trading session with you on London Breakout, hopefully one day next week. So we did that once before, it works. But see, it's right at the time that Dr. Kathy has all her things going on. So we have to support her to keep her numbers up. So as long as everybody would be on, have pen and paper ready, and we could be off no later than 2:20, 2:15, I think she would go for it. So, and then everybody just jump on and support her then on IML TV. So that's basically what I do. And on the weekends, guys, since ECC 11 is out, I trade crypto. I'm just going to be honest with you. Weekend before last, I made, you know, $1,000 so bucks, something like that. Disclaimer, past profits don't mean future profits. You know, it just depends. This past weekend wasn't as great. So, but any questions?
I do. Just a quick one because time frames kind of mess me with my old mind. When you start counting for both the breakout and the box.
Don't worry about the box. The box, just consider if you've got 4 hours worth of consolidation, 4 candles.
Okay.
Okay, but don't consider the one that's active. Okay, so like now you wouldn't be considering that one. You would just consider the London Breakout. What is your time zone?
EST.
Okay, so
Eastern.
what time there? 8 o'clock?
Right now it's 11.
11. Okay, so you're ahead.
11.
So you're Eastern. You're Eastern. Okay, so you're just gonna go and get the 2 a.m. candle that closed at 3. So all you're gonna do is when you got those period separators in, like I did, my candle says 9. So your candle would probably say 10. Like my candle right there is the one I work off of. So it would say 9 for me. So if that candle should say 10 for you, that's the one you work off of. Make sure it's closed. Make sure it's at least 201 or 202. So that candle should say 10.
301, wouldn't it be, Tonya? Because she's Eastern.
Do what now?
302. Would
Yes,
it be
yes, 302 for her, but like me, 202. But just look for the candle here. Make sure that the candle you operate on, if you're Eastern, should be 10 right there. Where mine says 9, yours would say 10. And just look, that's what you operate off of. This candle, make sure it's closed. Okay. Oh, somebody just didn't enjoy my teaching at all.
It's Ricardo.
God.
It's Ricardo. He's the only one with his mic on.
Ricardo, you are booted for life. I'm gonna have Shantae.
That's awful.
Maybe he had a rough day. Maybe he had a rough day.
Maybe it's early morning for him.
I need, see, y'all make me feel so bad with that. Y'all boost me up and Ricardo just like, oh my gosh.
You wore him out.
Anybody go to sleep?
I did that.
Snore.
That happened on a Dr. K session too. Not
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's your voice. Your voice is soothing. That's what happened.
All my chihuahuas is knocked out too, so I can't believe it tonight. They're like all asleep. One of mine, my baby girl, right? She's 5. So my mom used to always say, "Now you go make grandma some money trading," because if I'm in here at my trading room, I have a trading room. So my room is just literally, that's what I do in here. It's set up for that, you know. I have my waterfall to bring the flow of money in, all this kind of stuff. So my baby, in the left part bottom of my desk, it's a little glass shelf there like you would put a printer. Well, I put her a little dog bed there. So normally she's in my lap trying to watch what I'm doing, but she's down here all the way under the blanket asleep tonight.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is funny. Mine are always in my lap when I'm using the computer too.
No, they are like, and they will get in your face if they don't want you on it. Guess what? She will sit dead in my chest if I'm laying down. Like, you can forget it. It's not happening. But y'all, your atmosphere means a lot too when it's trading. Like I have a room in my house that was a bedroom. I turned it into a trading room. I watch my Bloomberg TV. I have all my vision board stuff on, you know, picture frames here. I have my waterfall because the only good thing I got out of Donald Trump was when I read his book years ago was you must have a waterfall in your business or in your home because it brings the flow of money to you. And so Dr. Kathy laughed at me because my waterfall is a Buddha. I'm a Christian now, but she said, now, my religion just won't let me do the Buddha. I said, well, Dr. Kathy, I put a gold cross around his neck, so we're good. He's got a gold chain around his neck with a cross on it, so we're good. But have you ever been to a nail salon and seen any nail salon person that did not have money?
That is
no. So they all have Buddhas in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I got the waterfall that is a Buddha. So yeah, Dr. Kathy laughed about that. She said, my Christianity won't allow me to deal with the Buddha. I said, I just put a cross around his neck. We're good. So, but guys, I enjoyed you tonight. I hope you learned something. Please put in the chat. Dr. Kathy watches and monitors that. You know, if I helped you, I didn't help you. I take constructive criticism very well. I was in management for a global company for years, so my skin is fairly thick. So anything I can help you with, reach out. If you don't want to say it in the chat, hit me, you know, in the inbox privately. I will answer your questions, but please, you know, shout out in the chat if you learn anything, what happened. And I try to give y'all a nugget every day of something positive or to make you think. So one thing I ask people is, what is worse than being blind? What is worse than being blind?
Having
no vision.
Having no vision. There you go. You can be blind all day and you can have sight too. But if you have no vision, you're finished. So guys, you got to have vision. You got to know where you want to go. You got to have a roadmap to success. So if you want to reach out to me and say, Tonya, this is my goal. This is what I want to do. Privately, hit me that. I'll tell you, this is how we're going to get there. But you got to follow the steps. Okay. So I hope y'all have a successful night. ECC 11 is a winner. You can't go wrong. For those of you that have a low account, one trade at a time, one trade at a time, okay? Worry about compounding after 90 days, after you've developed some patience, after you've gotten some education, after you've built up your account, okay?
Tonya?
Yes.
Will you be joining the boot camp?
You know, you would have to ask Dr. Kathy that. I wasn't teaching at that point. I'm sure if someone asked her, she would probably ask me to come. You know, at that point, my mom was still alive, so we didn't know, you know, we wasn't expecting all that happened. So, you know, if y'all reach out to Dr. Kathy and tell her, hey, anytime you have something in the future, we would love for Tonya to be there. You know, we learn a lot from her or whatever. That kind of happens by y'all saying that to her. You know, I don't have control of that, so that's up to her.
But I mean, also, like, were you planning to attend?
I will try my best. You know, my life completely changed because I was with my mom 24/7, even though I had a private sitter here at home for the last 11 years. Before my mom got sick, I had it for my grandmother. So me going places really was out of the question, you know. Okay. And I was supposed to go January 3rd and 28th through the 30th. And a disabled veteran that I took under my wing, he was homeless. He passed on me on the 31st.
Wow.
So I had a feeling that was coming because he had cancer, and I just have great intuition. So I didn't sign up. Dr. Kathy's always told me, come, you know, don't worry about it. But I would love to come. Like I said, my mom used to sort of babysit my chihuahuas, and I got a lot of chihuahuas, guys.
Okay. It would just be nice to meet you.
Yes, ma'am. I would love to meet you all as well. And hopefully I can get it worked out. I would love to. I haven't been anywhere in so long, and for someone that was used to traveling, but I would sacrifice it all again.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much for asking.
Yes.
Okay, guys, so I'm gonna let you go. We've had 2.5 hours, and any
Prayers for you on
questions,
Tuesday.
ma'am?
Prayers for you on Tuesday.
Okay, thank you so much. And any questions, just reach out. I'll answer them. Be sure to put in the chat what you learned, didn't learn, what you want to do in the future, and we'll go from there. And I hope to be on Tuesday, guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you
Tonya. Have a
all.
good night.
You too.
Thank you,
God bless.
Tonya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you.
Good night, Ricardo.